Hey, hi again, Stefan here. Back in touch with you, still putting together the strings of this video series and sharing a couple of key values. Again, one of these things that are really helpful in my own experience, and many people around me have found this stuff, these materials, very important to integrate. And this message today is about it's a really foundation of some of our I guess pre-made perceptions, prejudged ideas that I want to touch on and maybe dive into just for a little while. And I'm going to use Jim Rohn to illustrate what I want to talk about. He says, one of numerous things, but Jim Rohn says that profits are better than wages, and that has to do with the employee mentality that many of us have. I had it because I'm coming from the corporate world, so I was an employee. And you know what, being on wages is great because you know how much money you're in for, you know what's coming in for an income. However, is it the smarter way to build your future? I'll let you judge on that, but you know, we've got to be very clear about what a job and the wages actually are. The downside to it is it will most of the time take up, well, all of your time. I mean, the time during the day where you're most productive is taken by your job. Is that true or not? Full-time employment will take most of your productive time and productive life. So that's the number one thing. The number two thing is, if the job goes, what happens to your income? I think it goes away as well, and that doesn't matter how much money you're making with your job. And it's not very smart because, unlike our fathers and parents, if you rely on the government to pay you a pension, certainly in my case, we may still get some, but you've got to rely on your own abilities to create and build capital for your future. And working a job, I have my doubts. Sorry, got to say, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but let's be again, it's all about being realistic and smart about our future and the things we want to build for ourselves when we're in an age where we won't be so productive and would like to benefit from our work in our working life. And that's why I see a job a bit dangerous in that regard. So don't get me wrong, a job is great because you know you can pay for the bills, you know exactly what you're in for, even if you have commissions, you know, it's extra. So you have an income pretty much almost, you know, whether you perform or not, in not every situation, but you know what I'm saying here. And when he says profits are better than wages, it is simply to say that when you're in business and you live from a business, it's not a wage, is it? A business is made to make a profit. That's why you get in business. And that puts you in the control seat because you are in charge. And many people fail in businesses because they may not realize that they are in charge of their success or their failures. And more often than not, unfortunately, we all tend to go down the spiral of failure rather than up. And that's an entirely different discussion and story about this. But profits are better than wages. I never heard that at school. My parents, who were employees, never taught me that wages could be better than profits could be better than wages. So certainly I was brought up in an employee mentality type of thing, type of environment. Nothing wrong with it, but there are better ways. And I would definitely recommend that you checked out Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Have a look at this because it will really reveal some key key concepts, I suppose, that you may not be aware of. You may be aware of them, but not completely. I've got a video on that actually, if you check out my MySpace page. But you can find any materials on Robert Kiyosaki's work. And the second thing, which I think is really, really highly integrated with that philosophy of profits being better than wages, Jim Rohn also says, work harder on yourself than you work on your job. Let me repeat that. Work harder on yourself than you work on your job. Even if you're in a job, working on yourself, developing your level of performance, your achievements, growing your self-growth will always serve you anyway, even if you're in a job, because you can get promoted, because you'll be more productive, and so you'll be recognized for that, hopefully. But when you're in business, you have no choice but grow as an individual, because your business will grow from you, because remember when I said you're in charge? Well, you are in charge and you're in control. That's what's beautiful about it. But you've got to realize that you've got to grow as a person, as an entrepreneur. You've got to try things. You've got to get out there, get out of your comfort zone, because you have competition, because after all, you still want to make an income, right? And improve it. So you better do something about it. And working harder on yourself than on your job means that when you grow as a person, your business will grow. It's interesting. It's fascinating even. And as a return, as your business grows, you will grow. Can you see the connection there? And so on and so forth. So it's a really snowball effect. And it is. As you get better, the game gets better, and your business grows bigger. And you've got to start implementing this, because it's all about growth. It's all about improving your level of performance and lifting the game, because people, especially these days, they're looking for information to improve whatever it is that they want to improve, their lifestyle, their income. And sorry guys, but it's only through a business. Working 3 jobs may improve your situation, but it's only just pushing the problems back into your life, because it's not the solution. It's not the life solution that you're after. If you want to have a solution for the rest of time, it's in business. Okay. Now, final point to conclude. In business means that someone, somewhere rather, will have to buy something from you. And I'm not promoting selling or anything like that, but I do want to mention, I do want to touch on the fact that there's a wrong, prejudged idea on what it is that it is to sell, really. When we pronounce the word sell, we immediately think of the guy knocking on your door, cold calling, annoying you at the queue at the supermarket during the groceries. You know what I'm saying here? Whereas in this age, in this modern age, selling is nothing like this. Selling is nothing like this. You are bringing value to the market. People understand and see your value, and will be happy to follow you with your products and services, because they know that they will grow with your offer. That's what business is all about. It's about people. It's about giving to people. And naturally, the process of joining you in your business, getting products, services off you is a natural process. And it is something very important to understand, especially when you're dealing with people. Whether you lift that phone up, write this email on your computer, you've got to have all of this good stuff in mind. It is very important for your own sake, for your own growth, for your business, for the people you touch in your life. And you touch people every day in your life. Many people, in fact, you have no idea. And when you realize these two things, really, it can be a life-changing thing, So I hope this really sinks in. Take it to heart, really. It is very important. And I hope this has been helpful. Stefan here again from the beach, place of meditation. I love it. It's really rejuvenating. and I'll certainly post on more updates and more materials for you to review. You have a good one. See you soon. Bye.